I chose Noorda because as soon as I interviewed, I felt like right at home. There's a great community here, and I really value the mission that Noorda offers and teaches its students.
The whole place feels like home. The faculty and the students all seemed really, really supportive when I came to interview, and so ultimately that led to my decision to come here.
So I chose Noorda because in all the interviews that I was able to do, it was the one that I just felt the most like I was going to be supported as a student. Being in medical school is already stressful enough, and it's just really hard to find a school that you feel like supports you in all of your goals throughout the journey here.
I chose Noorda because I'm actually from Utah County, and I've always wanted to be able to give back to my own community, and I felt like it was such a great opportunity to actively learn and give back to the community that I grew up in.
I chose Noorda because of the research-oriented curriculum. I thought it was really cool that they implement that into the 4 years that you're here.
So I chose Noorda because Utah was close to home, and it was a place that I felt I could thrive, and I'd be supported by both my classmates and the faculty and staff here.
When I found out I was accepted to Noorda, I was in the car with my girlfriend on vacation, and I cried vigorously, but it was worth it. It was really exciting.
When I was accepted to Noorda, it was a huge moment for me. I was actually leaving work, and I happened to get the phone call, and I cried. I called my mom. I cried even harder.
How did you feel when you found out you were accepted?
Over the moon, like beyond excited. Just to be able to have this opportunity, my lifelong dream to be able to serve others is like amazing. And to be able to do it alongside a group of students who you feel like are doing the exact same thing as you and who are so dedicated to this cause is amazing.
Once I got accepted, I just knew this is where I wanted to be.
It was really exciting. I just ran to the people I loved and let them know that my dreams were coming true.
I was ecstatic. I got the call at work, and I told all my coworkers, and they were all screaming, and then I called my family, and my dad, it was the first time I heard him cry in years.
For me, putting on the white coat is a representation of years of work and effort. Hundreds of hours of patient care experience and just college experience and hours and late night studying. It feels like it's a welcoming into the next step, and I'm excited for what it means.
Just stepping foot in here, I already know it's going to be a great experience.
I'm excited to see what kind of journeys my colleagues have brought them here today to Noorda and see what they bring to the table.
I'm really excited to learn how to keep things patient-centered and just always keep patients at the forefront of my mind through everything I do.
I'm really excited for all of the clinical experience that comes at Noorda. I'm really excited. I've heard from other students just how valuable it really is here.
I think I'm most excited to make good friends with all my other med students, my cohort. I'm really excited to be able to put into practice what I've been working on for so long.
Do you have anything you want to say to your family?
I want to say I love you guys and thank you so much for supporting me.
I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Took a village to get here.
I love you. Ya tú sabes.
Thank you for everything. My family has always been extremely supportive, and even driving here, doing everything for me, making sure that I had the ability to get here. I have no words for how supportive and amazing my family has been personally. They are just my rock and my soil here, especially being away from home.
Just thank you for all your support. I love you guys all, and I wouldn't have got here without you.
I chose Noorda because as soon as I interviewed, I felt like right at home. There's a great community here, and I really value the mission that Noorda offers and teaches its students.
The whole place feels like home. The faculty and the students all seemed really, really supportive when I came to interview, and so ultimately that led to my decision to come here.
So I chose Noorda because in all the interviews that I was able to do, it was the one that I just felt the most like I was going to be supported as a student. Being in medical school is already stressful enough, and it's just really hard to find a school that you feel like supports you in all of your goals throughout the journey here.
I chose Noorda because I'm actually from Utah County, and I've always wanted to be able to give back to my own community, and I felt like it was such a great opportunity to actively learn and give back to the community that I grew up in.
I chose Noorda because of the research-oriented curriculum. I thought it was really cool that they implement that into the 4 years that you're here.
So I chose Noorda because Utah was close to home, and it was a place that I felt I could thrive, and I'd be supported by both my classmates and the faculty and staff here.
When I found out I was accepted to Noorda, I was in the car with my girlfriend on vacation, and I cried vigorously, but it was worth it. It was really exciting.
When I was accepted to Noorda, it was a huge moment for me. I was actually leaving work, and I happened to get the phone call, and I cried. I called my mom. I cried even harder.
How did you feel when you found out you were accepted?
Over the moon, beyond excited. Just to be able to have this opportunity, my lifelong dream to be able to serve others is like amazing. And to be able to do it alongside a group of students who you feel like are doing the exact same thing as you and who are so dedicated to this cause is amazing.
Once I got accepted, I just knew this is where I wanted to be.
It was really exciting. I just ran to the people I loved and let them know that my dreams were coming true.
I was ecstatic. I got the call at work, and I told all my coworkers, and they were all screaming, and then I called my family and my dad. It was the first time I heard him cry in years.
For me, putting on the white coat is a representation of years of work and effort. Hundreds of hours of patient care experience and just college experience and hours and late night studying. It feels like it's a welcoming into the next step, and I'm excited for what it means.
Just stepping foot in here, I already know it's going to be a great experience.
I'm excited to see what kind of journeys my colleagues have brought them here today to Noorda and see what they bring to the table.
I'm really excited to learn how to keep things patient-centered and just always keep patients at the forefront of my mind through everything I do.
I'm really excited for all of the clinical experience that comes at Noorda. I'm really excited. I've heard from other students just how valuable it really is here.
I think I'm most excited to make good friends with all my other med students, my cohort. I'm really excited to be able to put into practice what I've been working on for so long.
have anything you want to say to your family?
I want to say I love you guys and thank you so much for supporting me.
I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Took a village to get here.
I love you. Ya tu sabe.
Thank you for everything. My family has always been extremely supportive, and even driving here, doing everything for me, making sure that I had the ability to get here. I have no words for how supportive and amazing my family has been personally. They are just my rock and my soil here, especially being away from home.
Just thank you for all your support. I love you guys all, and I wouldn't have got here without you.
Good morning, and welcome to Noorda College of Osteopathic Medicine's White Coat Ceremony for the class of 2030. My name is Casey Himmelsbach, and I'm the Associate Dean for Student Affairs. My team and I have had the distinct pleasure of recruiting this effort to recruit this outstanding group of medical students who make up the class of 2030. This white coat ceremony is a wonderful tradition, a thrilling and historic day when we share in the pride of our students, their families, our faculty, and the entire campus community. Today marks our 6th white coat ceremony as we welcome a new class of Noorda students beginning their medical school journey. They will spend countless hours studying, testing, and practicing their skills to become competent, confident, and compassionate physicians. Thank you for being here to celebrate this milestone with us. As the ceremony begins, we ask you show your respect for the students, their families, and the college by silencing or turning off all cellular devices, and by taking young children outside of the arena if they become disruptive. We also ask that you remain seated during the procession so that all audience members can see their students. And as the ceremony progresses, please avoid crowding the walkways. This can obstruct others' views and interfere with the professional photography taking place throughout the event. Our processional is being led by our longest serving faculty member, Dr. Koda Ramana, Faculty of Biochemistry. Let the processional begin. With the platform party, students and faculty, please be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Norman S. Wright, President and Chief Executive Officer of the Noorda College of Osteopathic Medicine.
Thank you, Casey. Casey's one of those, or I guess I should say Dean Himmelsbach. She's the best. She's like so many of our other team members who just really cares about the students. When you're with Dean Himmelsbach, you're in good hands. Well, good morning, everybody. Has anybody been looking forward to this day for a while? And don't raise your hands, but did anybody worry it might not come? Okay. Somebody said yes. I'm not going to point. Well, let me just begin by thanking the Utah Pipe Band for that wonderful processional. We're thrilled to have them with us today. And they include band member Dr. Andrew Barkley, an osteopathic physician with Intermountain Health. So I don't know about you, but there's just something about the sound of bagpipes that makes me feel like I can take on big things. And let's be honest, medical school's kind of a big thing. The Utah Pipe Band's also going to lead our recessional today, so you get another chance to listen to that beautiful Scottish music. So please join me in thanking them once again. Well, this is one of my favorite days of the year. It's the day when we get 2 quarterfinal matches for the World Cup. Unfortunately, my Portuguese team is out, but maybe yours is still in. And of course, that has nothing to do with what we're here for today, but it is a wonderful day of the year when we get to do our white coat ceremony. It's one of medicine's most meaningful traditions, a public celebration that welcomes you, our students, into a profession built on competence, compassion, and service. This is our 6th Noorda College of Osteopathic white coat ceremony. I'm amazed at how far we've come as an institution over those 6 years. We've grown from a medical school that was young and finding its footing into one that is increasingly becoming a first choice for many students across the country. But what I love most about the ceremony, of course, isn't where we've been in our journey as a school, but it's where you've been and your journey. It's all of you. And as I look around this room, I see parents, spouses, mentors, friends, and even some grandparents, including a grandma from Murray, Utah, who's sitting here on the back where my grandparents were from. And I have some sense of just how much this moment means to you. Now, students, I see your excitement. I see your talent through your applications. And in your eyes, I probably even see just a few nerves. Most of you have been able to navigate orientation week fairly well. It gets a little tougher from here on out. But I also see our faculty and staff, and I know our faculty and staff. They know that the road ahead for you isn't always going to be easy, but they're deeply committed to helping you succeed and preparing you to care for patients with both skill and compassion. At our graduation just a couple of months ago, we had Dr. Bob Kane, who heads up, was he head up? ACOM, thank you. A little pause moment there. He heads up ACOM, and he was here for our graduation. And after the ceremony was over, he said something that really struck me and made me proud of what we've built in our team. He said it was evident in a way that he could feel, and that was something he had not experienced at other graduations, at other schools. He said, I really noticed that there was care for the students. The students really do come first. Doesn't mean you always get your way, but he could just sense that the students really come first. And that makes me so proud of our team and what we're building. Now, as additional evidence of the culture of teamwork and caring that we're building here at NoordaCom, I'm delighted to welcome members of the classes of 27, 28, and 29 with us today. They include our Student Government Association officers, class officers, and student ambassadors. Now, these students are just tremendous examples, and they're here because they genuinely want you to succeed. They represent the kind of community that we've worked very hard to build at NoordaCom. A community of collaboration over competition. Unless your brother-in-laws, which we apparently have 2 students who compete with each other relentlessly, then go ahead, you keep that up and collaborate with everybody else. Now, when I take all of this in, I feel an overwhelming sense of gratitude, excitement, and responsibility. But let's be honest, you and your family members didn't come here to hear me carry on for a long time. So it's my great privilege to congratulate you and officially welcome you, the Noorda class of 2030. Now, at this 250th anniversary of our country's founding, would everybody please stand for the presentation of the colors by the Air Force ROTC Detachment 855 of Utah Valley University and Brigham Young University, and then please remain standing for the singing of the national anthem by Megan Smith, a member of our NORDACOM staff whose smiling face will greet you at the front desk every day that you come in the building for the next 4 years. Honor Guard, please present the colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated and join me in thanking the Air Force Guard, ROTC Detachment 855, and Megan Smith. Isn't Megan amazing? She's also part of our security team, and I've seen her on video executing a flying tackle of an active shooter in a drill. So, yeah, we're fortunate to have her. Well, it's wonderful, too, to have so many family members and friends here today. Thanks for being part of this special moment with your students. Now, I'd like to speak directly to our new students. The rest of you have permission to tune me out for a minute. Thanks for trusting us with your future. It's a privilege to be part of this journey as you prepare to become physicians, healers, and lifesavers. Today marks the beginning of something much bigger than medical school. It's the beginning of a lifelong commitment of service to others. As you publicly commit yourself to your future patients and communities, our faculty and staff are making a commitment right back to you. We promise to do everything we can to help you succeed. At NoordaCom, we talk a lot about something important to us. People matter most. It isn't just something emphasized in our strategic plan or printed in a brochure. It's something I see every day in the way our faculty teach or our staff serve, and how our students care for one another. This commitment means that you're going to receive an outstanding, technologically forward medical education, but it also means that we'll care about your well-being as much as your grades. It means we'll challenge you, encourage you, and do everything we can to help you become the physician that you're capable of becoming. Now again, that doesn't mean you always get your way. We're kind of coaches too. It does mean, however, that we'll always have your best interest at heart, and that of your future patients as well. Today, I'd like to ask something of you in return. Make people matter most part of your vocabulary, part of who you are, part of your day-to-day walk. When the workload gets heavy, and it will, remember why you're here. Your future patients matter most. Please choose cooperation over competition while you're here. The people who are sitting around you today aren't rivals. This isn't the World Cup. They're your future colleagues. They're the ones that you're going to join hands with in healing the people that you serve. Your colleagues matter most. And when you're exhausted, discouraged, or wondering if you can keep going, remember to take care of yourself too, because you also matter most. Now, 4 years from now, I want to see you all back here in this same venue for a graduation. And you're going to be here because your student doctor is going to be here too, soon to just be called doctor. So we want to see every single one of you 4 years from now back here receiving your diploma and heading off to a great residency. Every single one of you. And one of the best ways to make that happen is to help each other get there. Medicine has always been a team sport, and that's how I hope you'll approach your education here. So if you would, I'd like you to turn to the people on your right and the people on your left, shake a hand, bump a fist, give a high five, probably not a kiss on the cheek, and make a simple commitment that you'll encourage one another, support one another, and celebrate each other's successes over the next 4 years. Now, before I introduce a few special guests, let me leave you with one final thought. In just a moment, you're going to don that white coat and recite your pledge. Those are symbolic acts, and they represent something very real. Today, you're choosing to enter one of the most trusted and meaningful professions in the world, and with that comes both incredible privilege and responsibility. The next 4 years will stretch you in ways you can't yet imagine. They will also prepare you to care for people on some of their best days and on some of their worst days. Thanks for choosing Noorda College of Osteopathic Medicine to be part of that journey. My hope is that long after today, you'll remember the simple idea that defines who we are, and that is people matter most. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the members of the platform party. When I call your name, please stand or remain standing. Hold the applause until we get the entire platform party introduced. And we'd like to start with Kathleen Creason, Chief Executive Officer of the American Osteopathic Association, Dr. Eric Gulbranson, Family Physician and Medical Director of Intermountain Health's Utah Valley Clinic, Dr. Lindsay Drew, Dean and Chief Academic Officer, Mr. Ralph House, Chief Financial Officer, Ms. Casey Himmelsbach, Associate Dean of Student Affairs, Dr. Andy Jorgensen, Associate Dean of Clinical Affairs, Dr. Michael Rhodes, Associate Dean of Graduate Medical Education, Dr. Stephen Prinster, Associate Dean of Academic Affairs, Dr. Kyle Beals, Associate Dean of Research, Dr. Dustin Danowski, Faculty of Osteopathic Principles and Practice, Dr. Amy Maurer, Chair of Clinical Sciences and Military Medicine Director, Dr. Erica Noonan, Faculty of Clinical Sciences, Dr. Kevin Steed, Chair of Biomedical Sciences, Dr. Andrew Payne, Chair of the Faculty Council and Faculty of Physiology, Dr. Michael Cosgrave, Faculty of Clinical Sciences, Dr. Kota Ramana, Faculty in Biochemistry, Student Dr. Kiara Milo, Student Government President, and Megan Smith, who's apparently stepped off to fulfill other duties, NordaCom staff member. Great folks, let's give them a hand of applause. And please be seated. I would now like to acknowledge the co-founders of the Noorda College of Osteopathic Medicine and invite them to stand if present. I know at least one of them is here today. Dr. Richard P. Nielsen, Dr. Michael Skurja, Jr., Mr. Greg A. Stewart, and Mr. John Nemelka, who is here today. We have several community leaders and NordaCom partners with us today, and I'd invite them to stand and introduce them and ask that we hold applause again until all have been introduced. On the members of the NordaCom Board of Trustees, John Nemelka, whom we've previously introduced, Sandy Pennington, Governor Herbert was going to be here, former Governor Herbert, but gives his apologies. He's had something, an emergency come up. Other NMS board members, congressional and legislative representatives, Utah County Commissioners, Provo and Orem City Council members, Provo Board of Education members, representatives from the Utah Valley Chamber of Commerce, the Utah Medical Association, the Utah Osteopathic Medical Association, the Utah Osteopathic Medical Association, and the Black Physicians of Utah, as well as other community leaders and healthcare partners. Thank you for partnering with us. I'm now pleased to invite to the stand Kathleen Creason, Chief Executive Officer of the American Osteopathic Association, to come forward for remarks. She told me to be brief in my introduction. She's great, she knows it, not in that bad way, and so she doesn't need me to say it. But we're grateful for her participation in today's ceremony and for her leadership of the AOA's strategic vision and direction, as well as its ongoing support of osteopathic medical education. And one of the things I learned about Kathleen Creason is that she has a son who played football for the University of Arizona and stood, what was it, like 6'4" and 300 pounds or something like that? So roughly the same height, but two of her. So Kathleen, with that, if you please come to the podium.
Thank you, President Wright. And yes, my son was literally twice my size. He wanted to go to University of Utah, but his high school coach actually coached at University of Utah, and that felt a little too close. But we've always had a great affinity for Utah. So welcome and congratulations. What an exciting time for you. It's such a momentous occasion. You all know, your family, your loved ones know, and it's great to see all of the support that you have around you. You have chosen, in my opinion, the best medical profession that we have in the United States. I first learned about the osteopathic profession about 25 years ago when I became executive director of the Osteopathic Physicians and Surgeons of California. Any Californians in the room? Yeah, very good, great contingent. You also have some really good skiing here too, so I'm sure you'll enjoy your time here. But one of the things that I've been sharing is I'm a sand volleyball player. I played volleyball all my life. I'm still hanging on by my fingernails, still playing. I loved the profession when I started working for the organization, but when I really realized what a wonderful profession it is was my first year on the job. I had a physician who I was just mentioning, I was having a shoulder issue. He said, let me take a look at it. And he, did his thing, and he was not only able to tell me just from the manipulation, but also, testing different things, what was wrong and what I was doing to create the issue. That was almost 25 years ago. I will never forget that encounter. That is when I realized what osteopathic medicine is, what osteopathic medicine can do for patients, can do for healthcare, and that's when I truly fell in love with the profession. So good choice to all of you for recognizing what a wonderful profession it is. And yes, I am still able to play volleyball all these years ago. That physician probably doesn't even remember that encounter, but I'll never forget it. And that's a wonderful lesson to you. Every single patient encounter you have will be memorable. It will be notable. Maybe not for you, because you will literally have thousands and thousands of encounters, but to the patients, they'll always remember who you are and what you bring, the empathy, the compassion, the knowledge. So as you put on your white coat today, understand that it is a symbol of respect. A patient will look at you differently when you are wearing your white coat. Always remember that. Always remember you are representing the osteopathic profession. Now, the American Osteopathic Association is here to be your partner. If you're an overachiever like student Dr. Milo, you'll get involved in leadership. There will be opportunities at your Utah Osteopathic Medical Association, at the American Osteopathic Association. If you're able to do that, great. You'll be influencing policy. You'll be impacting the future of healthcare. Do that if you can, but know that the most important thing for you is to get through school. That's where your focus will be. Do what makes you whole, what brings your best self. As I mentioned, I play volleyball. Fitness is a big part of who I am, and I actually block time on my calendar because I know that checklist will never be done. But if I don't exercise every day, I don't bring my best self. So that would be my one piece of wisdom that I would share. Do what you need to do to bring your best self every day, whether it's sharing with your colleagues, whether it's working and meeting your loved ones and having some social time, whether it's communicating with your wonderful faculty led by your tremendous dean, Dr. Drew. Do what you need to do to bring your best self. Again, it's such an honor to be here at such a momentous time for you. I would like to offer on behalf of the American Osteopathic Association my sincere congratulations, and I look forward to seeing you as you go through the next 4 years of your schooling. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Creason. Your leadership in working with the AOA board and its many stakeholders, including our osteopathic medical schools, has helped advance osteopathic medicine throughout the country. We're honored to have you here today, and we invite you back anytime you want to test those knees and go skiing with us here in Utah. Before we bring forward our keynote speaker today, I'd like to invite Dr. Lindsay Drew, our Dean and Chief Academic Officer, to come forward and offer a few remarks.
Good morning. When I was thinking about what I wanted to say to you today, I found myself wanting a picture that could capture this moment better than words could alone. So I created this image with AI, of course, and across the top, let's see, can you see the image? I can't tell. Across the top are the words, "Every journey starts small, you'll grow into it." There we are. If there's one message I hope stays with you throughout the next 4 years, it's this: you'll grow into it. The children in this picture make us smile. The white coats are much too big, the sleeves hang past their hands. They look like children pretending to be physicians. Today, you'll receive your very first white coat, and in many ways, it won't fit yet. Not because you don't belong here or you aren't capable, but because becoming a physician takes time. This white coat wasn't made for who you are today, it was made for who you are becoming. Over the next 4 years, you'll grow into it, not because the coat is going to change, but because you will. If you're anything like the students who have come before you, you're probably carrying a little bit of everything this morning. Excitement, gratitude, pride, relief, and maybe a little bit of uncertainty. You worked incredibly hard to earn your place here, and today is definitely worth celebrating. But it isn't the destination. It's the beginning of one of the greatest transformations of your life. Medical school is about so much more than learning medicine. It's about becoming someone who can think clearly under pressure, someone who can lead with humility, someone who can comfort another human being on one of the hardest days of their life, someone who can carry responsibility with integrity, and someone who can earn another person's trust. Over the next 4 years, you'll experience many firsts. Your first anatomy lab, standardized patient, clinical rotation, a difficult conversation, and your first patient who teaches you something no textbook ever could. But you'll also discover things about yourself. You'll learn more than you ever imagined possible. You'll realize you can persevere through challenges that seem impossible today. You'll learn to work alongside people who think differently than you do. You'll discover that uncertainty isn't something to fear, it's really something to navigate. You'll learn that medicine isn't about having every answer, it's actually asking better questions. One day you'll realize you can carry responsibilities that seem far beyond your reach this morning. Not because medical school got easier, it's because your capacity grew. That's one of the greatest gifts of this journey. Your capacity today is not your capacity 4 years from now. It's something you build. Every patient, difficult conversation, mistake you learn from, success you celebrate, every day you choose to keep going. Every one of those experiences expands your capacity. Until one day you realize you've grown into the responsibility that once felt much bigger than you. Keep learning, keep asking questions, keep serving. Keep growing into it. This was my white coat ceremony. When I look at this picture today, I don't see a physician. I see someone who was ready to become one. I had no idea what the next several years would ask of me. I had no idea how much I would grow, or how many times I would wonder whether I was enough. A few years later, I received another white coat as I began residency. And during my first week as an intern, I took overnight call in the hospital. By the time morning arrived, I had already been into my shift for nearly 24 hours. Then I headed straight to clinic, knowing I still had another 6 hours of seeing patients before I could finally go home to sleep. Like many of you will discover, caring for patients doesn't happen when it's convenient. Sometimes your greatest responsibility comes when you're already tired, stretched, and ready to move on. After clinic finally ended, I went home and climbed into bed and immediately fell asleep. A few hours later, my phone rang, and it was my attending physician, and he said, "Dr. Drew, your patient needs you." I had forgotten to send one of her prescription refills. It wasn't intentional, it was simply an oversight. I had already moved on to the next thing, believing my work was finished. But my attending wasn't really calling about the prescription. He was teaching me something much more important. He wanted me to understand that this wasn't just another patient on my schedule. She was my patient. She had trusted me to care for her. And when someone places that kind of trust in you, they deserve your complete attention. That lesson has stayed with me far longer than anything I learned in a lecture in a classroom, because that day I realized something. The weight of the white coat isn't found in the fabric. It's found in the trust that patients place in the person wearing it. One day, someone will sit across from you. They won't know your anatomy grade or your board score or how many nights you questioned whether you belonged, and they won't know whether today is your best day or your hardest day. They'll simply look at you and trust you. That trust is earned over the next 4 years. One patient, one decision, one act of integrity, one difficult conversation, one choice at a time. Professional identity isn't something this ceremony gives you. If it's something you build, and one day, almost without realizing it, you'll discover you've grown into it. This picture is Noorda's very first white coat ceremony, and it reminds me that every class begins exactly where you are today, full of possibility and hope, and with far more potential than they can see in themselves. Standing here today, I know something you don't know yet. I know what's possible. I know you'll learn things that seem impossible this morning. I know you'll develop strengths you can't imagine. I know your confidence will grow. Your judgment will deepen, your compassion will mature, your capacity will expand, because I've had the privilege of watching it over and over again. I'd like to leave you where we began. 4 years from now, I hope you find the picture of those children again. I hope you smile, not because the coats were too big, but because you'll remember the person standing inside one of them. You'll remember how you felt today, how much there was to learn, and then you'll realize you grew into it. Not all at once, not because of one class, exam, or patient, but because thousands of small moments. Every anatomy lab, patient encounter, every success and setback, every mentor who challenged you, the classmate who supported you, every time you chose integrity, every time you chose compassion, every time you chose to keep going. My hope for you is that by the time you graduate, you have become someone your patients can look in the eye and know they can trust. Welcome to Noorda College of Osteopathic Medicine. It will be one of the greatest privileges of our careers to watch you grow into it. Thank you. I am honored to introduce our keynote speaker and my good friend and colleague, Dr. Eric Gulbranson. Dr. Gulbranson earned his undergraduate degree in economics from Brigham Young University before attending the Kirksville College of Osteopathic Medicine. He went on to complete his family medicine residency at Southern Illinois University School of Medicine, where he served as chief resident. I have had the privilege of working with Dr. Gulbranson for many years. First, during my time as a family physician with Intermountain Health, and now through his service as one of NordaCom's outstanding clinical preceptors. In fact, he was the very first recipient of NordaCom's Preceptor of the Year award. What stands out most about Dr. Gulbranson is not only his clinical excellence, but the way he practices medicine. With compassion, humility, intelligence, and deep loyalty to his patients, his colleagues, and the students fortunate enough to learn alongside him. He is the kind of physician who reminds students what this profession is really about: listening carefully, caring sincerely, showing up for people, and making every patient feel seen. I'm grateful that our students have the opportunity to learn from his example, and I am especially grateful to introduce him today. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Eric Gulbranson.
Thank you, Dr. Drew. She is a dear friend, and she will care about each one of you. I know you're in good hands. So good morning. I'm absolutely thrilled to introduce you all to our wonderful profession. One of my passions in this profession is sharing what I've learned and teaching our future partners and colleagues. Students, what I want you to do right now, literally take your cell phones out right now, turn them on, take your cell phones out, and I want you to scan this QR code. And I want you to think, as you're doing this, in one word, what is medicine? And I want you to write it down. And hopefully the technology works. One word, what is medicine? Excellent. These are things that I think are very pertinent: compassion, empathy, healing, service, love. Thank you, thank you. When I thought about what is medicine, the one word that came to my mind is people. People matter most. Medicine is not a textbook, it's not a pharmacopoeia, a sim lab, it's not a beautiful building, although I have heard from multiple patients that the sign on I-15 is that you hit it out of the park. It's wonderful. Medicine is the people we interact with, the people who teach us, the people we teach, and the people we work with. Who teaches you? I want to share some stories about teachers who have influenced my career for good, and hopefully we can learn together from them. Dr. Jerry Goddard, he's a sports medicine physician that was faculty in my residency program. His passion is sports medicine and teaching. Years ago, he gave a keynote speech at the Southern Illinois University School of Medicine White Coat Ceremony, and he said this: "Somewhere you developed the desire to dedicate your life to helping others, and for that we applaud you. We're not here to teach you medicine, we're here to teach you how to study medicine, a lifelong process." And I want you to know that I am so happy and thankful that you have chosen this career as well. And our goal is to help you learn the process of studying medicine. When you start your residency, it's coming, I promise you. When you start your residency, you'll have clinic. And when you go to clinic, you'll see the patient, you'll take a history, you'll do a physical exam, and you'll come up with an assessment and plan. And then you'll go and you'll present that case to the attending physician. And then you'll go back into the room, and the attending physician might modify the plan, and the patient will get the treatment. Early on in the year, when the interns are new, it's a struggle. The attending physicians spend a lot of time guiding and precepting and overseeing, but as the year goes along, the residents get more comfortable and they don't need as much supervision. And one thing I noticed from Dr. Goddard is even in those down moments, he was learning and studying. So that if I came up to him and I presented him a case of Little League shoulder, at the end of the clinic, he gave me some papers to read on Little League shoulder, some homework for me to do that night. Even to this day, I get an email every week from Dr. Goddard on a case of the week or a learning topic. He's been retired for some 20 years, and I still get an email every single week from him. When I have a difficult case or a difficult question, I call Dr. Goddard because he has made a commitment to lifelong learning. And I hope that you will also develop that commitment of lifelong learning, because what we're learning today will change tomorrow. This profession demands us to be constant active learners. PubMed, an online database of biomedical scholarly articles, averages 3,000 to 5,000 new articles every day. The amount of medical detail is just insurmountable. We must be nimble and lifelong learners. For instance, in the last 15 years, a simple thing, primary prevention for heart disease, like using aspirin, that has changed 3 times in the last 15 years, major changes. In my career, I've seen that change. You have to be prepared for change, and that's becoming a lifelong learner. Dr. Douglas Gates, medicine is people. He's an OBGYN from my residency, and when I started my internship and during orientation, I was told that Dr. Gates was not likely to let me or other interns participate in surgical procedures or deliveries. The word was that he didn't like to teach, and I wasn't going to get any experience from him. The previous interns had struggled to meet his expectations, and overall, I just felt terrified by Dr. Gates. During my first month as an intern, I was on call, and at 2 in the morning, I was tasked of taking care of one of his patients. Well, he comes waltzing in at 2 in the morning with this huge grin on his face and all the energy in the world, and he was just so infectious in the room. And there was a young mother that was getting ready to deliver, and he calmly called over the father, and the father stood at his side, and he helped that father put on sterile gloves, just as I, as a med student, was putting on sterile gloves. And then as the mother was beginning to deliver the baby, he guided the father to help deliver this baby, just as he or other OBGYN attending physicians would have guided me as a med student to deliver this baby. I had just been supervised like that dozens of times in the previous weeks. I stood in the room like a fly on the wall observing him. When we returned to the nurse's station, we talked about this, and I commented on my experience of my own daughter being born. When my daughter was being born, Dr. Julie Grover, she turned to me with the scissors, and she said, "Would you like to cut the cord?" I was like, no. I was terrified. There was no way. Here was Dr. Gates involving this father in the delivery of his child, and I asked him about that, and he said the reason why he does this is he wants that connection to form between that father and that child so that hopefully they can keep the family together and prevent divorce. Dr. Gates was a teacher. I needed to learn, and he was teaching me in a way that the other interns and residents didn't quite see. The patient was the important person there. So I asked Dr. Gates if I could follow him around in his clinic. And I noticed something, that when we would go into the exam room, on the front of his chart, yes, we had paper charts back in those days, he would write a little note about each patient. He would write their spouse's name, their children's names, what sports they used to like doing. He knew the patients, and he would walk into the room and he would say, "Hi, Annalisa, so good to see you today. How is Madeli's recital? How was that?" I thought that was fantastic. I use that in my own practice today. And when I have these sticky notes, initially I would think, yeah, this is a little insincere. Is this kind of cheating? You know, I'm like writing down my patient's profession, their family members, what they like to do, and I ask them about it. But as I got to asking more questions and the more visits that I had with the patients, it became a part of me, and I knew the patient. And I didn't need those sticky notes anymore. Dr. Gates knew his patients, and it was deliberate and it was sincere. This is my dear wife, Annalisa, and our son, Gunnar, with Dr. Gates. And yes, I delivered Gunnar with Dr. Gates. Who you teach. Medicine is people. The most influential teachers in your career will likely be your own patients. All right, here we go. The patient. This is your first case presentation. I'm so excited I get to present the first case presentation. Now, the details of this are changed so we can protect confidentiality. This is a plus decade ago case. This is an actual story. This is a 78-year-old male patient with type 2 diabetes whose A1C has been consistently above goal. For the last 4 quarters, it's been 8.2, 8.7, 8.5, 8.9%. Currently taking metformin, Jardiance, and Mounjaro. Obviously, this is details have changed because we weren't using those medications 10 years ago. So this is a straightforward cookie-cutter case. In fact, open evidence might give us some recommendations on how to take care of this patient. Intensify the tirzepatide, optimize metformin, individual target plans for the patient, yada, yada, yada. Well, I don't necessarily agree with all of that, but it's pretty decent. So that's a decent plan. But what does the patient actually need? So I leaned forward and I asked the patient by his name. I know him really well, and I know that he'd lost his life savings recently after being a victim of some serious financial fraud. And I asked him, I said, "How's it going at home with your wife? I take care of his wife. How's it going with your kids? I take care of his kids. And how are you feeling emotionally? I listened to him. And what he told me is he said that he felt guilty, that he was going to be a burden on his children. And he said that he stopped taking his insulin or his medications because he hoped that by doing so he would die because his life insurance was running out in a year, and he wanted his wife to get this life insurance payout. I was overwhelmed. What I thought the patient needed was not what he needed. He needed help at home, help with his mental health. Managing his diabetes was managing his mental health. Listen to the patient. They're telling you the diagnosis. We care together. Medicine is people. Healthcare is built around teams. You will work with nurses, MAs, technicians, phlebotomists, pharmacists, respiratory therapists, med students. You're part of my team, I promise you. Your nurses will save your bacon, trust me. A number of years ago, after I graduated from my residency, I started at a new hospital. And when I was the chief resident, I was tasked with putting together what we call the Morbidity and Mortality Conference, where we had the outcomes that were less desirable in the hospital, where we had bad, things that mistakes were made. And I had to put all this stuff together and then present it, and I anonymized all the data, and we had a monthly meeting with the nurses, the physicians, the residents, and it was a really good quality communication where we made improvements in our care. When I graduated, I went to this new hospital, and I was admitting a patient to the hospital, and a medication wasn't administered that should have been. And so I said, hey, write it up so we can review this. Another one happened. Hey, write it up so we can review this. And another time, another mistake happened. Write it up. Let's go ahead and review this. Well, about 6 months later, and who knows how many write-it-ups, one of the nurses came and said to me, when you do this, what's actually happening is I have to report this to HR. So what I was actually doing was telling my nurses what I thought was a good thing, hey, we're working on some quality improvement, but what was actually happening was they were getting in trouble with their managers. And I hadn't actually really communicated super well with the nurses about my intentions. And it resulted in a significant fractured relationship. That day, I started to learn I needed to communicate better with my nursing staff. I try to remember to this day that it doesn't matter the 100 nice things you said for your teammates. It doesn't erase the one mean thing you said. Take care of your teammates. Here's a picture of my staff. Medicine is people. This is my amazing team. They are truly like family to me. I have my teammates, they call me by my first name as I try to break down these barriers of care, and I ask them, what are some things that I do today that might cause you problems so that we can work together and solve those? A few weeks ago, one of our beloved teammates had a seizure right next to me in the exam room. I responded immediately, just as I had been trained. You, call 911. You, get the oxygen. You, get the continuous vitals. You, get the glucometer. That night, our teammate found out that they had previously they were diagnosed with a brain tumor. Big brain tumor, almost 5 centimeters. That next day in clinic, I struggled to see my patients. I cried and I cried in between patients. As I thought it was so hard. I just kept thinking about my teammate. I hurt so much for her. And I knew that the road ahead for her was going to be tough. In fact, she has surgery coming up this week, and on Tuesday, we're having an Arnold removal party. She named the tumor Arnold. Take care of your teammates. They will teach you so much. Medicine is people. I have appreciated the opportunity to be involved in your journey, and I hope that I will be able to get 10 of you in my clinic to train you. I love teaching students. Such a joy. It gives me great joy to see the students grow and progress. Who teaches you? Who you teach? Who you work with? That is medicine, the people. He who studies medicine without books sails an uncharted sea, but he who studies medicine without patience does not go to sea at all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gulbranson, for your inspiring and reaffirming words about the practice of medicine and for your dedication to working with our students. It's now time to present the white coats to the NoordaCom class of 2030. I believe in your potential as you don your white coats today and embark on your medical school journey. With dedication, resilience, and enthusiasm, I'm confident you will surpass expectations. Yes, this journey will be challenging, but I promise you that rewards will be profound. Will the osteopathic medicine students please stand and make your way to the front of the stage? As you come forward, please state your name, hometown, and undergraduate institution. Will Doctors Michael Cosgrave, Dustin Danowski, Amy Maurer, Erica Noonan, and Andy Jorgensen, who will assist with the coding, please join me on the stage. Dr. Wright will join me in congratulating the students.
Caden Alcorn, Sandy, Utah, Utah Valley University.
Parsa Alizadeh, Houston, Texas, University of Houston.
Hugo Adam, Rouen, France, University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign.
Jake Allen, Sandy, Utah, Utah Valley University.
Abdurrahman Al-Mosri, Orland Park, Illinois, University of Illinois, Chicago.
Helena Alvarez, Orange County, California, UCLA.
Maxwell Anderton, Pocatello, Idaho, BYU, Idaho.
Lily Orange Harrell, Dallas, Texas, Nova Southeastern University.
Nandini Athoda, Bellamy, New Jersey, Rutgers University, New Brunswick.
Kanan Ayala, Waukesha, Wisconsin, University of Wisconsin-La Crosse.
Shireen Idawan, Orland Park, Illinois, University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign.
Thuza A., Brooklyn, New York, Hofstra University.
Eden Basin Webb, Stanford, Florida, University of Central Florida.
Corey Barber, Chelsea, Alabama, University of Colorado Boulder, Go Buffs.
Cody Beauchamp, Lynn, Massachusetts, the United States Air Force Academy.
Jared Beckstrand, San Antonio, Texas, Brigham Young University.
Katarina Bernabe, Burlingame, California, University of San Francisco.
Raghav Basin, San Jose, California, Cal Poly San Luis Obispo.
Bryce Black, Camarillo, California, Brigham Young University.
James Blood, Phoenix, Arizona, Brigham Young University.
Tyler Bosler, Vacaville, California, Brigham Young University, and happy birthday, Mom.
Harleen Cart-Brard, Hollister, California, University of California, Irvine.
Tanner Brown, Ogden, Utah, Brigham Young University.
Stuart Burns, Logan, Utah, Utah State University.
Brecken Caruso, Overland Park, Kansas, Norwich University.
Milton Castillo-Ray, Miami, Florida, University of Central Florida. Go Knights!
Elliot Chambers, Colorado Springs, Colorado, Brigham Young University.
Jared Chavez, Las Vegas, Nevada, Soka University.
Neha Chenna, Pleasanton, California, University of California, Santa Cruz.
Kirandeep Shokar, Encinitas, California, University of California, San Diego.
Bryson Childs, St. George, Utah, Brigham Young University. Go Cougs.
Matthew Christensen, Meade, Colorado, University of Colorado, Denver.
Wesley Christiansen, Eagle Mountain, Utah, Utah Valley University.
Morgan Chu, Henderson, Nevada, University of Arizona.
Nicholas Clopton, Roseville, California, William Jessup University.
Joshua Klukas, Paulsbo, Washington, University of Washington.
Abby Consiglio, Erie, Colorado, University of Colorado Boulder.
Felicia Dang, Houston, Texas, University of Texas at Austin. I want to say love my family and friends.
Quinn Dang, Charlotte, North Carolina, UNC Chapel Hill.
Chandler Darrington, St. George, Utah, Utah Tech University.
Vincent Davidson, Lancaster, California, University of California, San Diego.
Sherston Davis, Orem, Utah, Brigham Young University.
Josephine De La Fuente, Harlingen, Texas, University of Texas at Austin.
Mitzi Deloach, Denver, Colorado, California North State University.
Shivam Diwan, San Jose, California, the College of Worcester.
Mario Charvadilla, Marietta, Georgia, University of Georgia.
Vivian Doe, Orlando, Florida, University of Central Florida.
Merwin D'Souza, Oak Brook, Illinois, University of Illinois, Chicago.
Ethan Durham, Fredericksburg, Virginia, Brigham Young University.
Jessica Earl, Sacramento, California, California State University, Long Beach.
Ike Edwards, Las Vegas, Nevada, Brigham Young University.
Arisha Fatima, Glendale, Arizona, University of Arizona.
Felicia Frank, San Cooley, Montana, Montana State University, Bozeman. Go Cats.
Chase Jackson Gadomski, Orange County, California, University of Utah, go Utes.
Abigail Gagaza, Riverbank, California, University of California, Irvine.
Alyssa Garcia, Gig Harbor, Washington, Butler University.
Howie Galera, Dallas, Texas, Texas Tech University.
Jadelyn Gonzalez, Houston, Texas, Trinity University.
Summit Stanley Grace, Kaysville, Utah, Utah State University. Go Aggies.
Marin Granger, Draper, Utah, University of Utah, go Utes.
Joshua Bruce Grover, Orem, Utah, Brigham Young University.
Marnie Gold, Lehigh, Utah, Utah Valley University.
Talmadge Gurr, Anthem, Arizona, Brigham Young University, go Cougs.
Hunter Hale, Corvallis, Oregon, Utah Valley University.
Owen Hallett, Henderson, Nevada, University of Nevada, Reno.
Lauren Hamamoto, San Gabriel, California, Lehigh University.
Austin Hayhurst, Eagle, Idaho, Utah Valley University.
Brody Heggie, Castle, Minnesota, University of Wisconsin La Crosse, Roll Eags.
Kiara Hernandez, Plain City, Utah, Weber State University, go Wildcats.
Tyler Ray Haywood, Seattle, Washington, Utah Valley University.
Thomas Hicken, Santa Cruz, California, University of Utah.
Devin Hill, Vernal, Utah, Weber State University.
Angelina Ho, Orem, Utah, University of Utah.
Cody Ho, Las Vegas, Nevada, University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
Sarah Grace Ho, Ellicott City, Maryland, Johns Hopkins University.
Trinity Honleg, Houston, Texas, University of Texas.
Ubaid Hussein, Carroll Stream, Illinois, New York University.
Angelica Houston, Dayton, Ohio, University of Dayton.
Sharif Ibrahim, Orange County, California, Cal State Fullerton, go Titans.
Cassidy Encito, Fredonia, New York, University of Alabama, Roll Tide.
Katie Isom, Appleton, Wisconsin, University of Minnesota.
Azan Jamil, Detroit, Michigan, University of Michigan. I love my family.
Emily Jeffrey, Bristol, Florida, Brigham Young University.
Dallin Jenkins, West Jordan, Utah, University of Utah.
Mia Jenkins, Houston, Texas, University of North Texas. Go Mean Green.
James Jung, Fort Worth, Texas, Brigham Young University, go Cougs.
Jeremiah Johnson, Folsom, California, Arizona State University.
Alexa Jones, Middleton, Idaho, Brigham Young University.
Jace Jorgensen, Blackfoot, Idaho, Utah State University.
Wesley Judd, Cleveland, Tennessee, University of Utah.
Haley Drovieski, Boca Raton, Florida, University of Central Florida. Thank you to my family.
Maraki Kabada, Niskayuna, New York, the Pennsylvania State University.
Reese Keller, Wichita, Kansas, Kansas State University. Thank you, Mom, for everything.
Tigran Khachatarian, Fresno, California, Fresno State University.
Junaid Khan, Houston, Texas, the University of Texas.
Vida Khan, Freehold, New Jersey, Rutgers University, New Brunswick.
June Kim, Queens, New York, Columbia University.
Abram Kimball, Salt Lake City, Utah, University of Utah.
Jacob Kimball, Salt Lake City, University of Utah, in Hoke.
Julia Kirk, Houston, Texas, A&M, UT Health. Thank you, Mom.
Adam Kablonsky, Salt Lake City, Westminster University.
Alexandra LaBrosse, Amherst, New Hampshire, Arizona State University. Jacqueline LaPrey, Brighton, Michigan, Michigan State University, and Northwestern University.
Ryan Lau, Seattle, Washington, Western Washington University.
David Lee, Cherry Hill, Rowan University. Thank you, fam.
Hannah Tanoy Leone, Toms River, New Jersey, Georgian Court University.
Christopher Penn, Aurora, Colorado, Loyola University of Maryland.
Jonathan MacDonald, Baraboo, Wisconsin, St. Michael's College, Roll Park.
Kiara McKenney, Boca Raton, Florida, University of Florida. Go Gators!
Joshua Mahar, Cerritos, California, University of Arizona. I love you, Mom and Dad.
Rayhan Mahmood, Fairfax Station, Virginia, Virginia Tech. Go Hokies.
Sarah Malloy, Tucson, Arizona, Brigham Young University. Michelle Mandelsehen, Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, University of Michigan. Go Blue.
Sebastian Armand Raquel Santos Mangubat, Lincoln, California, UC Davis. Go Ags.
Luke Matty, San Diego, UC San Diego.
Jacob Meeks, American Fork, Utah, Brigham Young University.
Haley Moline, Hermantown, Minnesota, University of Minnesota.
Haja Mararda, New York City, Fordham University.
Alia Merchant, Cupertino, California, University of California, San Diego.
Jace Merrill, Houston, Texas, Western Governors University.
Trevor Meyer, Ridgecrest, California, BYU, Idaho.
Veronica Miller, Park City, Utah, University of Utah.
Medina Momund, Orange County, California, CSUDH.
Maxwell Montgomery, Denton, Texas, University of Arkansas.
William Motley, Louisville, Kentucky, University of Kentucky.
Ritik Sai Malay, Augusta, Maine, Colby College.
Sadhana Mailavari, Jacksonville, Florida, University of South Florida.
Hannah Namkung, Queens, New York, University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
Nathaniel Nasir, Los Angeles, California, UC Irvine. Go Anteaters.
Daphne Ng, Las Vegas, Nevada, University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
Jade New, Draper, Utah, University of Utah.
Yatsik Nikowski, Baldwin, Wisconsin, University of St. Thomas, Minnesota.
Princess Okavari, Orlando, Florida, University of Central Florida.
David Orr, South Jordan, Utah, the University of Utah.
Matthew Parkin, Salt Lake City, Utah, University of Utah. Go Utes!
Monica Pissarro, Denver, Colorado, Colorado State University.
Niyati Samir Patel, Orange County, California, San Francisco State.
Juan Emilio Petalano, St. George, Utah, University of Utah.
Caitlin Pham, North Ogden, Utah, University of Utah.
Jonathan Pham, Arlington, Texas, UNT Health.
Michelle Fan, West Jordan, Utah, University of Utah.
Natalie Philpott, Danville, California, University of Utah. Abby Phipps, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, University of Sioux Falls. Gianna Pizzo, San Diego, California, University of California, San Diego.
Noah Pitts, Marshall, Minnesota, University of Sioux Falls.
Suraj Rajan, Petaluma, California, University of California, Berkeley.
Catherine Rappaport, Newport Beach, California, University of California, Irvine.
Caitlin Cassidy Rausa, Lathrop, California, University of California, Davis.
Austin Risby, St. Louis, Missouri, the Pennsylvania State University. We are.
Nicole Robertson, Long Beach, California, Boston University. Go Terriers.
Seth Keith Rogers, Gilbert, Arizona, Arizona State University, Forks Up.
Mary Sanchez, Frankfurt, Illinois, Loyola University, Chicago. Gracias a mis papás.
Jamie Schick, Walnut Creek, California, Cal Poly San Luis Obispo.
Samantha Schroeder, Stacy, Minnesota, Montana State University.
Kyle Schultz, Harriman, Utah, Southern Utah University.
Dauphine Square, New Jersey, Rutgers University. Kylie Shepard, Reno, Nevada, University of Nevada, Reno.
Fayez Shaquille Siddiqui, Houston, Texas, the University of Texas at Dallas.
Kaya Simpson, Seattle, Washington, UC San Diego.
Anuradha Singh, Berbice, Guyana, University of Maryland, Baltimore County.
Carrie St. John, Orange County, California, UC San Diego.
Sam Stevens, Holiday, Utah, Southern Utah University.
Devin Stewart, Cleveland, Ohio, Baldwin Wallace University.
Ashley Stone, Murray, Utah, Utah Valley University. Chaitra Subarao, Monterey, California, University of Southern California. Fight on.
Mumtahina Tajrian, Marina Valley, California, UCLA. Thank you to my family.
All right, Jacob Taloa, Tracy, California, Southern Virginia University, for the culture.
Trinity Tat, Chino Hills, California, UC Irvine.
Katrina Joan Soto Templo, Bay Point, California, UC Davis. Thank you, family.
Melissa Terry, Cedar Hills, Utah, Brigham Young University.
Jonathan Thane, San Jose, California, University of California, Davis.
Ryan Trump, Centerville, Utah, the University of Utah.
Jacqueline Vandenbrink, Rock Valley, Iowa, Dordt University.
Hayden Van Orden, Las Vegas, Nevada, Utah Valley University.
Destiny Vanegas, Los Angeles, California, La Sierra University.
Christian James Villanueva, Brentwood, California, UC Davis. Love you, mama.
Linus Villarreal, San Antonio, Texas, the University of Texas at Austin. Hook 'em.
Jacqueline Vu, New York City, St. John's University.
Vinika Volpal, Madison, Wisconsin, University of Wisconsin-Madison, and Midwestern University.
Amelia Wagenknecht, St. Paul, Minnesota, University of Minnesota, and Texas A&M.
Avery Wall, Payson, Utah, Utah Valley University.
Brianna Webb, Portland, Oregon, University of Portland.
Ethan Webb, Arvada, Colorado, University of Kansas. Rock Chalk.
Miriam Webb, Cocoa Beach, Florida, University of South Florida. Go Bulls.
Kelsey Weiser, Littleton, Colorado, University of Colorado Boulders. Go Buffs!
Logan Williams, Ogden, Utah, Weber State University.
Noah Wineset, Duluth, Minnesota, the College of St. Scholastica.
Jocelyn Witherspoon, Stockton, California, Sacramento State.
Tierney Woitis, Hawley, Pennsylvania, University of Pittsburgh.
Anirudh Yadlapati, Morgan Hill, California, University of California, Davis. Thank you, Mom.
Ian Yo, Sammamish, Washington, University of Washington, class of 2030, best class.
Micah Yerman, Farmington, Utah, Southern Utah University.
Zain Zaidi, Los Angeles, Georgia Tech. Thank you, Mom and Dad.
Okay, now all of the osteopathic medical students, will you please rise? Yeah, we can give them an applause. This is the osteopathic medical student of the Noorda class of 2030. I would now like to have the class of 2030 join me in reciting the osteopathic pledge. I will also invite all our osteopathic physician faculty and physicians in the audience to stand and join with us in reciting the pledge. The pledge can be found in your program books and on the screens, and we will recite the pledge together. This is going to be great. Ready? I pledge to provide compassionate, quality care to my patients, partner with them to promote health, display integrity and professionalism throughout my career, advance the philosophy, practice, and science of osteopathic medicine, continue lifelong learning, support my profession with loyalty in action, word, and deed, and live each day as an example of what an osteopathic physician should be. Thank you. You please be seated. I'm now pleased to invite student Dr. Chiara Milo, student government president, to come forward for remarks. Immediately following Ms. Milo's comments, Casey Himmelsbach, Associate Dean of Student Affairs, will come to the podium for closing remarks.
Now, to be honest, I haven't been doing this for very long. I was sitting exactly where you are just 1 year ago. I remember feeling excited, nervous, and honestly, a little too sweaty despite the AC blasting in here. I also remember the short, boxy white coat I'm still wearing today felt a little weird. When I learned about this speech, I got excited that I finally had a soapbox to talk about my old college sports stats and weird Wikipedia rabbit holes. Okay, I'm kidding, but only partly. As I started reflecting on my first year, I realized I kept thinking about three things: tardigrades, lacrosse, and bookmarks. Now that sounds less like a ceremony speech and like a weird icebreaker, but just stick with me. If you don't know what a tardigrade is, it's a microscopic creature whose claim to fame is being impossible to kill. What fascinated me wasn't that it was invincible, but that when conditions become impossible, like the vacuum of space, it adapts. If you're like me, this first year will make you feel like you're starting on ground zero more than once. I urge you to embrace that feeling. Learn to be uncomfortable and adapt, because that's where you'll grow the most. The second thing I thought about was lacrosse. I played growing up and even at the collegiate level, and one of the first things lacrosse teaches you is that no one wins a game alone. Sure, you can score goals, cause saves, and make turnovers, but eventually the ball has to leave your stick and end up in someone else's. My favorite stat to check after games was always assists. An assist means that someone else's success happened because you made it be possible. Medical school is no different. You're surrounded by people who will celebrate your wins, pick you up after the hard days, and remind you that you're capable. Lean on this community when you need help, but most importantly, be the person who gives someone else an assist. Success depends on trusting the people around you, and you'll quickly learn that the best physicians aren't the ones who climb the highest alone. They're the ones who bring others with them. Now on to the bookmark. As you know, it doesn't tell the story per se, it just helps you find your place again when you've lost it. My biggest lesson this year was to remember your why. Balancing life with school will test you, stretch you, and sometimes knock you down. When that happens, your why is your bookmark. It may be someone in this audience, a loved one you've lost, a patient you've met, or a dream you've carried for years. Whatever it is, keep it somewhere where you can see it every day. Mine's pinned right here, a picture of my grandmother and me. Medical school will teach you the physiology, pharmacology, and mechanisms of a disease, but if you embrace the unknown, trust your community, and remember your why, the short, boxy white coat that you just received today will become a part of who you are. Congratulations, class of 2030. We're all so proud of you.
Okay, I know I'm standing between you and lunch, so we'll be brief, okay? As we bring today's ceremony to a close, I want to take a moment to speak directly to the class of 2030. I can't see you because the lights are bright, but I'm looking at you, okay? It has been an absolute joy to watch you come together as a cohort this week. You have leaned in, you have made connections, you've asked thoughtful questions, shown kindness to one another, and already begun stepping outside of your comfort zones. That matters, because medical school is not something you simply complete. It is something you grow through. And this week we have already seen the beginning of that growth. Thank you for your attention, your kindness, your patience, and your excitement throughout orientation. Thank you for showing up, not only for yourselves, but for each other. That is the kind of class culture that we hope to see, and it's already beginning to take shape. And I will admit, I feel especially protective of your class. I had the privilege of helping to recruit you. I watched your applications become interviews, your interviews become acceptances, and your acceptances became the people sitting in front of us today in your new white coats. So seeing you here in this room wearing these coats is deeply meaningful. And I hope you remember this moment, because we are going to be right back here in this room together in just 4 short years. It may not feel short today. Right now, 4 years may feel like it's as big as one of these mountains that are right behind us. But one day, much sooner than you think, you will be sitting here again, different fancy clothes, and a couple of new letters behind your name. And 1,000 stories between now and then. And we will be celebrating the physicians that you have become. To the families, friends, partners, mentors, and loved ones in the room today, thank you. Thank you for helping these students arrive at this moment. Thank you for the sacrifices you have made, the encouragement that you have given, and the belief that you have carried for them, especially on the days when they may have struggled to carry it for themselves. For any parents in the audience, you may have heard the phrase, "The days are long, but the years are short." I can promise you these years will go quickly. There will be hard days, there will be long weeks, there will be moments when your student is tired, stressed, unsure. But there will also be moments of tremendous joy, purpose, growth, and pride. So as these 4 years begin, let us all remember, all of us, to enjoy the ride. And please know this, as your student begins their coursework on Monday, you are leaving them with the people who care deeply about who they are becoming. We will challenge them, we will support them, we will hold them accountable, and we will walk beside them as they grow into the physicians they are called to be. To our faculty, staff, student doctors, and alumni, thank you. Thank you for the work you have done to make this week meaningful, welcoming, and smooth. Thank you for showing up with patience, enthusiasm, and care as this class begins to find its footing here at Noorda. And more importantly, thank you for the work you will continue to do in the years ahead. You will teach these students, challenge them, encourage them, correct them, and remind them of who they are becoming. You will help shape not only what they know, but how they carry themselves, how they care for patients, and how they understand the wearing of this coat. That work matters deeply. Class of 2030, look around this room. These are some of the people who are going to walk beside you through this journey. They're not just here for this ceremony, they are here for the long, but beautiful road ahead of you. And as we close, I want to draw from one of my favorite artists, from words that I carry with me every day, to remind me of the wonder that lies within this journey. There is something powerful about stepping into the unknown, letting go of what came before, and still choosing to move forward down the line. There is something brave about wanting to feel the whole thing, not just the easy parts, not just the proud parts, all of it. The long days, the hard lessons, the friendships, the failures, the first real patient encounter that stays with you. The moment you realize you know more than you thought you knew. The moment you realize you still have so much to learn. The joy, the pain, and the sky. The sky that is the limit for what you can achieve, for how much you can grow, for how many lives you can touch, and for the kind of physicians that you can become. So, class of 2030, congratulations and welcome to Noorda. And we cannot wait to meet you and your family members back in this room 4 short years from now. As we conclude, we ask that the members of the audience remain seated until the platform party, faculty, and students have completed the recessional. Please remain in your seats so that others can see their loved ones as they walk by. Dr. Norman Wright, President and CEO of the Noorda College of Osteopathic Medicine, will lead the recessional. Let the recessional begin.